Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.
I'd like to bring the Exeter Heritage Commission to order for September 17th, 2025. My name is Françoise Elise, or Fran, and I'm the chairman of the Heritage Commission.
I think she wants us to introduce ourselves, so why don't you go?
John Gruder, Planning Board Rep to this committee.
Hi, I'm Pam Juddam, Historic District Commission.
Sorry, Pam, would you be able to pull the microphone closer to you?
Okay, I'm Pam Juddam. I'm on the Historic District Commission.
I'm Bill Campbell, a member of this commission.
And I'm Julie Gilman, the Select Board Rep to the Commission.
So we're going to be first looking at a review of the May 21st minutes.
I have, of course, just one little thing, and it's on page. Let's say they don't really do page lists, but 1, 2, 3, 4, page 5, down at the bottom, Henry Shute, like it came from a gun.
Oh.
Henry Schute's name is spelled S-H-U-T-E, and this is what happens when you rely on spell check, but the Schute's name is a bit proud one in this town and ought to be spelled right.
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody else have some amendments?
I do have a question that the other committees, everything is numbered, right? I wonder why this one's not. The lines are numbered. It makes it easier.
Oh, we can discuss that with the appropriate staff. Different recording secretaries have caught up or have been given direction than some more than others. So.
So how do we go forward with that? Because I know that I haven't seen that yet, but,
I'll bring it up to the town manager's office.
so Julie will look at that type of format that,
I don't know how they do it. There must be a program.
Yeah, it's just
Just makes it
it's
easier.
just a formatting issue in the program you're using. Yeah.
okay.
There's no other additions. I'll move that we accept the minutes as changed, as modified.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Okay, so the first item on the agenda, we have Megan Gross here today, Special Projects Person for the New Hampshire Preservation Alliance. And they will be having a statewide preservation conference in Exeter on October 2nd. And she's here to talk to us about the conference and to engage us hopefully in assisting with the conference. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Megan Gross. I am now the events coordinator at the New Hampshire Preservation Alliance as of a couple weeks ago. So I work with the Preservation Alliance to handle all of the logistics for their events and help in planning to execute all the events. And we do our preservation conference, statewide preservation conference, every 2 years. The last one was hosted in 2023 in Claremont, New Hampshire, and we decided that this year, 2025, it was going to be in Exeter. We try to move around the state to get different people to come to our conference every 2 years. Different, some people from the seacoast might not want to travel to the north. People from the north might not want to travel to the seacoast. So we try to move it around so that we can hit all of the interested parties who would want to come to our conference. And we started planning this one in 2024.
Got it.
The Heritage Commission, thank you so far, has been immensely helpful in helping plan this and securing our venue, our main venue for the day, which is in Town Hall. All of the main talks and reception and breakfast and welcoming, they're going to happen in the Town Hall, and then we will have other sessions at the Exeter Historical Society building and the Congregational Church. So this is happening on October 2nd, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow, and we are getting very close to being ready for the conference. We have posted all of our sessions with speakers this past week, so everything is all set with speakers. We have 9 educational talks throughout the day and 3 tours. We'll do a tour of Phillips Exeter Academy with their campus architects and planners. We're going to be doing a tour of downtown Exeter with Julie and Francois, and doing a tour of all of the rehabilitation projects that are happening at the American Independence Museum. So we expect about 120 to 150 people. Registration is up to about 90 right now as of today, maybe a little more. I didn't check this morning before I came over. And people are traveling from around the state. The types of people that are coming to the conference are people like yourselves that are on heritage commissions, people who are on historic district commissions, preservation professionals, planning professionals, basically anybody who is involved with historic building projects or preservation projects. We invite to come to the conference and hope that they attend. And it's always a really inspiring event, and we always learn a lot. So we thank you for hosting in Exeter this year, and we're very excited to see how the day is going to go.
Is there a website?
We do have a
And
website.
that's where I might register?
Yes. So one of the questions I had for the commission here today is if you would like to help out during the day. You're already helping out by securing our location, and Julie's giving a tour, Francoise is volunteering, but if you'd like to volunteer to help out as a part of the day, you would get free registration, and I can help arrange that.
So what would you like us to physically do?
Well, I think that it would be great to have you guys represented like as greeters during the day, to welcome people into the building as they come to town hall. And then we have a reception at the end of the day. It would also be great if you were there sort of representing the Heritage Commission at the end of the day reception and maybe made some closing remarks or, just kind of talking to people about the importance of what you do here in Exeter throughout the day. But specific duties, I think having that greeter is very important in the beginning of the day to welcome people. And then also, I was talking to Fran this morning and Julie about your assistance getting people to help facilitate what we are calling affinity tables. So we have also the second floor of the town hall, we're going to have tables during breakfast and lunch, the round tables that are in there, and we're going to direct people to different tables that are part of a specific group, like Historic District Commission members, historical societies, church groups. So each table will be an affinity group where we hope that they will get their breakfast, go sit at their affinity table, and then meet others who are doing the same types of work that they are.
Have you actually been to the town hall, specifically the second floor?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't say I didn't tell you.
I'm not, right.
Is that a problem?
Yeah. What, is there an issue that I'm not aware of?
It's doable, but it's not wonderful.
In what respects?
Are we talking about the first floor or the,
I think she's talking about like where the art shows are.
Yeah,
Is that
we're using
correct?
both floors, yeah.
Yeah.
It's old.
Yeah, it's old.
Well, we like old.
Yeah.
Well, I've just had the UFO festival, and we did try to use that space, and it worked. But, it's not, as I say, what I would pick. However, you've already done this. I'm just warning you.
I'm just wondering if there's anything I need to consider as far as like sound, like is the sound bad up there? Does it sound like echoey when a bunch of
Well,
people are talking or?
There's no,
The sound is
Anything that I need to
okay. I
mitigate
mean, we
ahead of time.
ran videos up there, and they were the bathroom situation is, yes, is what it is. The accessibility, you have to go up in that little elevator.
Right.
And everything you bring up and bring down has to be in that little elevator unless you want to trumpet down those stairs.
Well,
So,
I'll probably be using the stairs most of the day, but I've
okay,
got
but.
3 kids and I never sit down
If you've
anyway,
seen it and you're good with it, that's fine.
Yes. No, and we're immensely grateful for being able to use the space for free, which I think, as a nonprofit, is always a consideration for us. But having everybody in the same building instead of moving around, I think is going to function very well throughout the day, because then people will get a chance to network. I mean, not only is this an educational event, but one of the things that we hear constantly after our events is like, we were just so glad to be all together and to connect with each other in person. Like I said, most of the people who are coming to the conference are in preservation, so they're used to old funky buildings, and I don't think that it will be an issue.
so Megan is looking at 3 ways that we could assist them. One, being a greeter at the beginning of the conference, being outside. So we do know that a lot of people might come to this building versus go to that building. So if we could have 1 or 2 people outside just guiding people in and looking at the people who might have questions about where they're going.
Well, I certainly can do that.
Okay, great.
Great.
And you do know there is a handicapped entrance on the side, so
Yes.
you usually should have somebody there.
Yes. Okay, so you think somebody should be outside of the handicapped entrance as well?
I can be wherever you want me to be.
Okay. All right, Pam, I will sign you up.
Okay, somebody else, because there needs to be at least two of us.
I could be there at the beginning.
Okay.
Okay.
Outside?
Sure.
That'd be great.
It's not
Okay.
raining, it'll be all
Might be
right.
snowing by then.
No,
If it's raining, there's, it's covered, right, under the
Yeah.
Sure.
the front hall steps. Yeah,
And
so-
then the affinity tables, which I think is a great concept, and so there'll be tables with different subject matters. So there'll be one table with historic district people, another table with Heritage Commission people. So what Megan would like is for us to be there and to maybe suggest to people, where are you from? Do you want to connect with this table or that table, to be like outgoing and try to get people to connect with the different tables?
yeah.
And those people should be already in place by what time?
Our breakfast goes from 8:45 to 9:30, so 8:45. People will probably show up earlier, but we won't let them in until then.
Since I have a cane, I would be glad to stand at the handicapped access. Wave it a little bit.
Okay, handicap, yep.
Here's how you get in.
Okay, so Pam, that leaves you at the front door.
I'll be at the front door, that's fine.
And of course, wherever you need me, just tell me where to go.
Okay, that sounds great.
And then at the end of the day, if we could all stay and be there to,
Yeah, I think after spending the day in Exeter, people might want to talk about the town itself.
Okay.
They might
Okay.
have questions for you, or it just gives you guys another chance to show off what you're doing here.
I know you've been in touch with the American Independence. Are they having the Folsom Tavern open? People might like to go down there. That would be.
Yeah, so they're doing a tour in both of their buildings in the last session of the day, and people who choose to go on that tour will be able to go see both of the buildings and look at the preservation projects that are going on.
Well, that would be a great end of the day, because
Yeah, unfortunately, none of their spaces are big enough for 100 people, so.
well, I don't think 100 people will be drinking beer, so.
No, and we're actually not having alcohol at the reception because of the
Restrictions.
the
of
liquor
licenses.
restrictions,
Okay.
because we might have some students who are coming, and we can't tell them they are not allowed to come to the reception if there's alcohol served.
yeah, that sounds great. So you have names and,
I've got your names. If you could provide me with both of their email
Emails.
addresses, that
Okay.
would be great, and I can be in touch to confirm and give you guys the registration information. And yes, John, back to your original question, you can go check out our website and look at, I actually printed out just one of the schedules, but it's posted on our website. And then I'll leave you with these cards. This has a QR code that goes right to the conference page. So another part of the day is also our 7 to Save announcement. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with what our 7 to Save program is, but every year we list 7 properties around New Hampshire that are endangered of being demolished or significantly changed, and that list for 2025 will be announced at the end of the day. So a part of the conference goal is to get people who are involved with past 7 to Saves, current 7 to Saves, to come to the conference to learn about all the tools that they can use to save their buildings and to make sure that they are no longer endangered. So that'll be a presentation and bring everybody back to the town hall main space at the end of the day, right before the reception.
great.
So one of the questions that we have as the Preservation Alliance for you is how we can best tie the conference back to the work that you're doing in Exeter. And this is something that you guys don't have to answer today, but if you want to think about this week and send me some thoughts, we want to know how we can be offering messaging either in the next 2 weeks prior to the conference, we will have some newsletters going out, and also in our publications after the conference, what kind of messages are useful for you in town for us to get out to the wider audience.
Does anybody have any thoughts right now?
Well, I think you do a great job. Our main problem is what every Heritage Commission has, is that basically we have no teeth. All we can do is, please save that beautiful building, and everyone says, yeah, nah. And
Maybe we should tour the old Merrill property to show what happens when you don't. Or something.
well, there's nothing to tour. There's a big,
There's quite a foundation.
There's a foundation.
It's a little far of a walk, though.
No, I don't think that's a good idea, but really.
Well, we can talk about 1 Franklin
Maybe we can
Street.
save the dry cleaning business.
I can talk about 1 Franklin Street on the tour.
The oldest dry cleaner in
Not
the
a great
state
building,
is
but it's
closing
historically
his doors and wants to
important.
tear his building down.
It's not the one across from the dinosaur park, is it?
It's
I don't know
close
where the
to it.
dinosaur park is. But
Oh, I
no,
call it the
no,
dinosaur
no,
park because they have a
no,
dinosaur.
not the
in it.
dinosaur park. That's another one. This is up on Portsmouth Avenue.
Yeah,
And
by, like,
actually,
on the
I
vine.
can,
it's near Margaritas.
Yeah.
and I can understand, he's not getting the business, but there's something, I'm sure, that could be done with that building. However,
But it's, I don't know whether it's worth fighting about though.
it's not,
It's not that old.
but still.
And I don't think people use dry cleaners as
They
much
don't.
as they used to.
And I'm still seething about the beginning of Portsmouth Avenue, where they tore down that beautiful, beautiful 1700s house. And that was the academy that we
Right.
trust. But there's nothing, well, whatever.
Well, think about it, because we always have post-attendance follow-ups. We usually will publish articles in statewide newspapers about, what we learned at the conference. So if there's any other messages that you specifically want tied back to Exeter, we are more than happy to include those in our messaging.
Well, I, for one, think that the development that has occurred downtown and that is aligned with the Historic District Commission is wonderful. And I think it is an example to other communities that you can add apartment spaces, you can develop commercial spaces, and you can, you could go back to the original.
Rehabilitate.
You can rehabilitate
Yeah.
and have it be very favorable for the economic development of the community.
Okay, I'll write that one down.
So those are my thoughts.
Are any of your sessions going to be speaking to homeowners who might, as opposed to, let's say, if they want to do some work themselves, what kind of windows would make it look good? Or
So the preservation conference is more geared towards professionals,
Okay.
not individual homeowners. But those types of topics are covered at our Old House and Barn Expo, which happens every 2 years. So the next one is going to be in the spring of 2026. We think. We haven't finally scheduled it yet, but I don't know if you've ever been to that. But the more hands-on trades,
Yeah, sure.
nitty-gritty of actual preservation work is talked about at the expo, and we also have educational sessions at the expo. We have window restorers who come. We have all types of tradespeople and contractors that have booths that talk about that kind of stuff at the Old House and Barn Expo.
Also, Historic District is talking about doing some of the programs like that.
Yes.
We have done them before.
We need to revitalize our programs, after you change volunteers and it starts to lose the momentum. It comes back. So we've talked about doing window replacement seminar or hands-on thing. and,
Okay, well, talk to us, because that's something that we actually talk about in the office, is traveling around the state and doing like window restoration workshops. And it could be tailored to what your
issue
needs are
or-
as
yeah.
well.
Well, one of the things that I have always wanted to do but haven't tried to get into my wheelhouse of things that I need to do is to figure out how to communicate these kind of, that kind of opportunity to developers and contractors. And, you know, this is, we were there's been a lot of talk about the building trades losing younger people, and that, you know, our building trades are being retired out with no one to take their place. And it's so is with rehabilitation work on historic homes, that we trying to find younger people to, you know, move up and take over for the people who are doing really great work now. And so how do we reach out to the building contractors? And, you know, I just don't know how to do that.
Right, so that's one of our initiatives at the Preservation Alliance, is to foster the relationships between young tradespeople and those who are phasing out and going on to the next phase of life, retirement. And we, in the past 2 years, have started an internship program during the February break and the April break, where we take high school students and bring them to different contractors so they can learn a little bit more about the hands-on experience of doing preservation trades, and hopefully be inspired to enter the trades as they get older. And it's been very successful in the past couple of years, and we're only looking to expand that. So we're talking about those kinds of things all the time.
Well, I'm thinking more along the lines of what Bill had brought up about a private homeowner gaining some knowledge about, you know, how to repair their windows. While they will get a side of a story from whatever contractor they're talking to.
Right.
So I'm looking more at aiming at the people that provide the services, the contractors and the developers. And because I had a case of a house on High Street that was sold, and the person who bought it didn't know it was in an historic district until closing. And he had to acknowledge that he knew that.
Oh, so we have to talk to realtors, too.
You have to talk to realtors. Yeah, and in fact, I've been on a couple of tours where a lot of misinformation about a building's history has occurred. So yeah, really, we need to get the realtors involved.
But those are programs that we need to do, but you're here for a different program, and
Thank
we
you.
need
Right,
to.
well, but I will reiterate that the Preservation Alliance is always open to talking about like these types of problems and how to solve them, and brainstorm and think about how to get the messaging out there. Because that's actually not, I don't think that's not something that I've heard talked about in the office. Again, I'm the events coordinator, so I'm not involved in all of those conversations, but we talk a lot about getting the message out to the homeowners, but no, I've never heard us talk about getting the message out to the people who are providing those services.
Well, you won't have there's no point in having a program for contractors, because contractors are out straight. They're not going to come, take a day off and come to a conference.
Right.
We're talking about the sort of person who comes to the historic district for their windows, and, as in one case, the contractor told them that the only thing they could do was buy those windows that cost $1,000 apiece.
Right, and of course, they also believe those contractors because they don't have any expertise themselves and just trust what they say. So, yes, that's a conversation for another day.
That's a conversation for another day.
And there will
you,
be
Pam.
plenty of people at the conference to talk about that with as well.
But, yeah, that's it.
So do you have any questions about the day or the specific sessions? And I will leave you with this printout. I figured you guys had a copy machine here that you could
Yeah.
use.
Well,
I do
there are
not.
5 of us, and I'm sure, and there's also plenty plenty, but there are about at least another 5 on the historic district who can help you. And I know that the Historical Society was talking about this.
Yes, because they're one of our locations for our sessions. So Barbara will be over at the Historical Society all
Yes.
day.
Yes, she will. We are having new shelving put in, so at the moment, you will barely get in the door, but
Right. I talked to her last week, and she sounded confident that it would be all straightened out before October 2nd.
well, I'm not quite so sanguine, but yes, it's in process. But if you would make up a list of the positions that you want filled, we can try to fill them.
Yes. Okay, thank you. I think that we're actually in pretty good shape with our volunteers, but I do think that you guys should be part of the face of the day to have people, welcome them to your town. So I won't stick you in the back corner, monitor or telling people where the bathroom is, but it would be nice if, do you guys have name tags?
No?
No,
I have one, but it says UFOs.
Well, we print name tags for everybody that has registered. So when I send you the information about registration, just make sure you type in Exeter Heritage Commission,
Okay.
and I'll make
Right.
sure that gets on your name tag
Okay.
for the day.
Great. Great.
Okay. And
Did
I'm
you want to
gonna-
say anything else? Maybe something about your annual report?
Oh, no, I brought those copies of the annual
Great.
report in case you're interested
Okay.
in learning a little bit more about the work that we do throughout the year. And then I have this stack of postcards, which is advertising specifically for the conference. And I'm going to leave them in your hands and have you decide where best to put them in town. Like, where do you think the most people who are interested in preservation might pick one up? It
Great.
might.
Well, why don't you give me a pile for the Historical Society?
Okay. I'll leave you with the whole pile.
Okay.
I'll take some for down at the town clerk's
Give her
office.
the rest of them, and that's if you want to reach me. Okay.
Actually, I'll write your email down on there.
Sure.
I have yours.
one's good.
Okay, great.
Pass this down to Julie.
And I do want to mention that at some point during the conference, there will be some mention of John Merkel.
Yes, good, there should be.
We do plan to do some words of memorial to John. I don't know the details of it yet, but I'm going to double check with my director, and she's planning on that because he's been very supportive of preservation for a lot of years, and we were hoping to have him speak at the conference.
Well, thank you for picking Exeter for your conference, and thank you for all the work that you're doing. I mean, it looks like an amazing day.
It's going to be fun.
It will be fun.
Yeah.
It's tiring, but it's always fun. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, do you have any other questions for me while I'm here?
No?
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you
you
for coming.
very much.
Thank you.
I have to go write my script soon.
Okay, so we're going to go on to the next item of new business, which I'm raising for discussion. I don't know what purview the Heritage Commission has, but I know there's been some discussion about the Park Street Bridge and its potential demolition. So I'm not sure what purview we do have, but right here I have the Park Street Architectural Survey, and the orange tabs indicate pictures of the bridge and the neighborhood from the past. So I just wanted to raise this topic, and does anybody have any recommendations about our role in this?
Yeah,
Well-
there's nothing we can do.
No, not necessarily. Much like the Great Dam, this is a project that will have to go through, if it's decided to be demolished, it will have to go through the U.S. Section 106 process, which we did for the Great Dam. And in that, the Heritage Commission is requested to submit what they call mitigating
Drive over that bridge.
work or some kind of mitigation for the loss of that piece, that historical resource.
So what does that mean?
Well, for the example of the dam,
Okay.
we came up with the 6 things, I think. We made a list of 6 things, and the State Historic Preservation Officer is the one that heads it up, and she asked us to give a list, and we sent in 6, figuring we'd get 1 or 2, maybe. So the kinds of things that mitigate losing an historical resource is documenting it. So one of the things that we asked for was a permanent collection of the whole process of the dam removal, photographed during the deconstruction,
Okay.
the destruction, all the way till the end, and that's supposed to be preserved at the library. And did we do the Historical Society too, or just the library?
Yes, it's come up to the historic, but basically, we've been looking up for pictures and the history, and every time they do anything, there's been a big flap.
Yeah.
In fact, there was one neighbor who sued the railroad because, yes, that was exciting. Of course, they didn't get very far, but yes.
Yeah, but then, so let me finish with the dam. We did that, so.
We do the same thing.
Yeah.
And
And then,
we've got, if you watch Barbara's column, she has quite a few on the
Yeah.
hip bridge. But the bridge really is a problem because you can't drive over.
Now, can I finish what I'm
Oh, sorry.
answering the question about the mitigation before
Okay.
we start
Just
talking
so
about
we
how
understand.
important it is?
I don't understand.
Yeah,
I'm understanding now.
Yeah, one of the things that we put on the list was a sign that with a brief description of when it was built, and then talking about its big use for the mills downtown.
Okay.
You'll see it on the Great Bridge, at the end of Great Bridge.
Okay.
It's a blue sign. It's now going to be our official Heritage Commission blue sign.
Okay.
Then we wanted to document a visual photographic document of display of the history of the mill. And that was supposed to be on permanent display in the library main stairwell. And then we said, well, let's keep going. And we asked for an etching, one of the windows in the library to be etched in such a way that you could see where the dam was. And so there's a place in the library that has 2 little feet on the floor, and you could stand and look at and see through the etching to what's there and what was. There's another, the library sign documentation. Oh, Pam, there's another thing, but we asked for 5 things, figuring
Okay.
we'd get 2. And they wrote back and said, these are great, this is what we want. And so the town had to comply with what the State Historic Preservation Officer said, this is what you need to mitigate the loss of your dam.
But what could we possibly do for a bridge?
That you can't see from anywhere.
Yeah,
When was it built?
it was built,
I got it right
In
here.
this, in the
1892.
1890?
Well, definitely a sign, a memorial sign of some kind, or a stone.
Not just a stop sign at the end of Park
Right.
Street.
Right. And
At one time it was a grade crossing. It was just like Main Street and Front Street. You didn't
Right.
go up a hill. And then I don't know why they decided they needed a bridge.
I
Oh,
think
then
it's
they don't have to
the
stop.
fire trucks. If the other lanes were blocked, they couldn't get a fire truck through, so,
In 1892?
because there wasn't a fire department on the other side of town. But now there will be.
Yeah, it
So
only
there's
took
no
100
reason.
years to get it, right? Or, well, 75.
No reason to have the bridge anymore.
What happened? Dave said he had been talking to, I think CSX owns the line, the rails through
Yep.
everywhere, I guess.
Pretty much.
Just
They
a much.
Used to be Boston and Maine, and they took over
Yeah,
them and
right.
somebody else, yeah.
But anyway, and they want to do double-decker trains.
Yes.
oh dear.
Yeah,
Double-decker,
cargo.
yeah,
Not-
cargo
not-
trains.
Yeah, they,
not the Downeaster, yeah.
yeah. And anyway, I mean, that would be they would be forced to rebuild it, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If they want to take it down, we're ready to say, do it if you want. We still haven't worked out whether the town or the New Hampshire Department of Transportation actually owns the bridge. because we have been operating for an awful long time thinking that it was the DOT's responsibility to maintain the bridge and basically maintain it, except for we do the paving over it when we pave Park Street. But also we have a huge water system pipe running under it. So if CSX wants to take out that bridge, they have to deal with our water system. And this, I'm not ready as a select person to say, oh yeah, let's get rid of it, but we're not getting rid of it. The town isn't. But we're not there yet just because we haven't clearly defined, DOT still isn't clear on whether they own it or not. So that's still in the works, figuring that part out. And then we got to be made an offer.
Sounds like a big mess.
But it wouldn't hurt to, I have a survey here from 2003, an historic survey that was done for, I don't know what purpose, but it was done for the federal rail business. It talks about its construction in way too much depth. About
Way too much what?
depth, about how the materials are, what size they are, and things like that. But it's from 2003. And it was something I got from the Division of Historical Resources. And when I sent it to our Public Works Director, he said he'd never seen it. It never came up in any of the discussions with the DOT. And I can send it, I'll post it out to you.
That'd be great.
It talks about when they put in the bridge, how they changed the grade to be such a, it was sloped, and then they added, I don't know, 2 feet or 3 feet, because they had to raise the trains got bigger and they had to raise it, so that's why it got the more dramatic slope. But at one point, it blocked the access to one of the properties on the corner of the tracks on Park Street.
Yep.
So we have to unmitigate that.
Okay, yes, that would be.
Yeah, but so think of ideas of, because it's going to come up either way, no matter what occurs. We may be needing to look at some mitigation recommendations.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you for explaining that to me. Is there any more discussion on that item? Okay, we'll move on to the next item, the Demolition Review Committee. We have not had any demolition reviews in the past.
Yeah, we've had a couple.
Since our last meeting?
No, not over the summer.
Well, we did the guy who went to, right, the beginning of Portsmouth Ave up the hill, there was something,
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there was, of course, the dry cleaner we
Yeah,
talked about.
yeah.
They've been into the planning board twice, and they have a ways to go.
Okay.
We get everything worked out.
And we did give an opinion on those.
We did.
The Demolition Review Committee
Yeah.
did give an opinion, yeah.
And, we,
What was,
on the dry cleaner as well. So the two, first two I said, we did give an opinion, we gave them the okay,
Yeah.
do what they wanted, there was no.
Well, we didn't oppose it.
No.
Right, okay.
We didn't
And
oppose
then, the
demolition.
same with the dry cleaner, then we
Yeah.
didn't oppose it, if you
Right.
like that language.
Yeah.
But those were both quite a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing recently.
No.
Did you have
Okay.
something?
no, I didn't
Okay.
get any message about the dry cleaner, the Portsmouth Ave one.
No, you were pretty busy at the time.
Oh, maybe that's, yeah, probably I did, and I just said I can't be there. But I didn't know what the outcome was.
We handled it.
Thank you.
So we do have updates from different committees. Is there any update from the Select Board on anything pertinent to us?
No, I think with our questions about the Park Street Bridge or something,
Yep.
select board, I can certainly say, well, when we talk about this, we got to talk with the Heritage Commission. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, we're putting our budget together, and this past year, for the certified local government grants that we do, the HDC took the $20,000 grant to document the individual properties and starting on High Street, but it's going to be in the different historic districts. And I want to continue that because it's only doing like 20 properties at a time. And so for another 20,000, we can get more survey done. And we started with the High Street district because the Front Street and waterfront commercial districts are already on the National Register, so there's already a survey of each building's history in that, included in that. But High Street's never been documented. So it's an educational tool to give to the HDC and the Heritage Commission and anybody who owns a home there about the, what are the contributing resources of their building? Is it the style, the architecture, the details? If you took them off, would they be missed? Yes or no? So I'd like to continue that. And we had talked about a few years ago, alternating years, that the Heritage or the HDC commissions would go for funding for some kind of project. And the Heritage Commission kind of dropped off the map, and the HDC kept grabbing the money. So I would like to continue the HDC's work. There is another option of getting. If you folks have any ideas of inventory or survey projects, we do like the Park Street area survey and the Franklin Street survey. Those are free. We have to appropriate the money, and then we're giving it back. So to the taxpayers, it's basically free. Those are what we typically go for, is the ones that we don't have to do any match on. So there's, what have we done with them? So we did those different surveys, and we want to continue not giving that up, because we have done that original mapping survey, and we've started with our three. I think we have Franklin Street, Park Street, and Pine Street. So we can do another section of town if we want. So I guess my question.
Yeah, at this time, I don't oppose the Historic District Commission going forward for another cycle. I don't oppose that.
And it's what's interesting too now is that the cycles are annually, but the project can take up to 2 years to complete, which is very exciting because it didn't used to be that way. So we can have like 3 going on at the same time. So we'll see how this one works out. The contractor that we have for this current grant period came in under budget. So this survey work is scalable. So she's is doing spending this amount of money on 30, maybe 25, 30 houses. But since she came in under budget and we have 20,000 to spend, we've asked her to expand her scope to include whatever it takes to get to 20,000, because we need to spend it all.
Sure.
What do you do to document? What do you mean by that?
Do I have it here?
Because when we did the historic district, we did each house and had pictures of them, and
Yes, and this will be with more information. So it'll be a document that has photos of the house, and then a list of what materials are on it right now and whether or not that is a contributing factor or not. Like, you can go ahead and lose the back windows because they've already been replaced 5 times. So, and we may not even look at the back of houses because they're the backs, and some of them aren't even within the district. So it'll have that kind of work, sort of a combination tax card and historical survey kind of information of what assets there are and whether or not they're preservation worthy, you know.
And we didn't do that when went for the historic district day.
No, we just took pictures and did an oral history. No.
Okay. Well, that would be good then.
Yeah, I don't oppose the historic district going forward with another cycle unless there's a project that we want to prioritize.
I would like to continue doing
The survey.
survey work, yeah.
So who would suggest an area to survey? Is it the mapping project? Okay.
We look at the next area. We went sort of off cycle doing Pine Street and Elliott Street, but we can go back and look at the map and see. We were trying to do them in sort of in the order of the growth of the town.
Okay.
So we should take a look at the map at the
Okay.
next meeting and
Okay, that's what we'll do.
get that ready
Okay.
for not 2026, but 2027.
Okay, that will be an item on the agenda. Look at the map to see what would the next area we would consider doing a study on. Okay, great, thank you, thank you. So, planning board, I know you did talk about a couple things that are at the planning board, but
No, I
anything?
just mentioned that the folks who want to redevelop the site where the dry cleaner is, want to do small apartments, which is fine. We need that. One bedroom, but they're trying to squeeze a little more onto that piece of property. And it's interesting, there's the condos at the end, and I don't remember the name of the condo association at the.
Yes, right.
And then the dry cleaner and the bank, and they all have easements over each other's property.
Oh,
So
great.
it's very confusing.
Yep.
You know, and how much is too much, you know, and so there's still some things being worked out.
Okay. Anything else?
No, it's been actually been kind of quiet. There's I think Bill mentioned something about the place up where the home was built.
Right.
I haven't, now, have they started any construction on the new places?
No, they have not.
The Merrill House?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, they have a whole foundation in.
oh, okay.
Yeah, the front
Oh,
foundation.
the
Yeah.
front foundation, yeah, that way,
Did we knock
It's
that
all the
back
back
to 4
too.
houses?
we did, yeah. It's a,
Four.
they did give a little, not
Yeah.
as much as we would have liked, but they have put all the rules and regulations, they have the right to do what they
Someone
did.
selected the whole thing to go.
What's that?
I said, someone selected them to drop the whole thing.
Oh, yeah,
That's what-
yeah, a lot of people did.
However,
I'm hoping that they do name the driveway Nancy Merrill Lane or something like that.
I don't know, they haven't, that's not on any plans that I've seen, but it's a driveway.
I know.
But, with the price of land these days, the developers have to, maximize what they can put on a property to make it work.
Yeah.
If we got what we wanted, 6 or 8, it's not, feasible financially.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for that information.
Yep.
And, yeah, thank you for coming to these meetings. You're a dedicated member, but it's just very helpful for us to hear what's happening.
I almost missed it this morning. I had an MRI at 9 o'clock.
Ooh, right, you were still here. I'm impressed.
Why? This MRI is nothing. Get to take a nap. It's noisy, but and I don't know what I'm going to make it. I was going to text you, but then it went pretty quick. And so.
Well, thank you for being here, attending. Did we cover everything with the Historic District?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So is there anything new with Pearpoint Park?
we're going to meet on Thursday.
Okay,
We're always one meeting ahead of when we.
okay.
But we're working on funding now.
Oh, funding, okay.
Yeah, so, but that's, part of that's going to go to the Budget Committee, and then will not come, if it gets past that, it'll come up in May, so, or not
It's
March.
gonna, no. Yeah, I was going to say May.
No, March. So it's slowing right now.
But is there a plan?
Yeah, there is one.
Landscape plan?
There is one, trying to think of
The boss.
there were 3 proposed, and this is the second one of the 3. And it was, what do they call it? I've forgotten.
Something Bosque,
Yeah,
leafy.
but it's a nice proposal, but it has, going to take some money, so we'll see.
We're soliciting donations, I imagine.
Donations, we're going to try and do some fundraising,
Yeah.
and we're going to ask the town for some too, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, good. That'll be nice.
Well, I think the proposal that's up, yeah, Shady Box, that's the call, there's, Julie put it up on the board, and it's the middle one. And it's kind of a nice little,
It's a
Winding
serpentine
path.
I think it could be a kind of a nice spot to go down.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Oh, great, thank you.
We'll see.
This is really, it's not on your agenda, but has anyone been into the theater that's now the condos?
I've been to the little coffee shop in the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in the back?
That's in the back. I'll overlook
There's
it.
a
Chickens.
balcony over the river.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Did you want to make some comments?
No, I was just curious
Yeah.
whether you guys might have seen it inside.
Yes.
I'll go go get some coffee.
They have 2 empty spaces right now. At least they were
So they've sold the rest?
on either side as you walk in.
Oh, that's
It's going to be
retail.
commercial.
Yeah. But the condos themselves are sold or?
They're upset, yeah.
Big
I
bucks?
think all of them.
I don't know how they do the parking, but not our problem.
No, yeah. No parking.
You have to just have a horse and buggy, you can't have a car.
You can tie the horse up in the new
But
park.
they're up over Trends, they're doing some.
That looks
apartments,
nice.
You know, I looked at from the back the other day, and all the apartments now have condos up at the top of all those buildings, and they're very nice.
That's good because they dress up the building too. Some of the tops didn't look so good.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember we met with that guy, right?
We did.
Yeah. And that looks good to me. Did they refurbish the inside of Trends or?
They, at the moment, it's still very squished in,
Oh,
but they will open up the other half.
Yeah.
I think it looks excellent.
yeah.
Of
That's what-
course, I'd like the theater to be the theater, but, I
Okay.
mean, the building looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, Exeter 250th celebration. Julie and I are both on the commission, and the planning is going well. I think one of the things that the commission is doing well is working with the community to incorporate the 250th anniversary into events that happen all year long, encouraging maybe different groups that are holding events to have a theme from the 250th. So that seems to be doing very, very well. And I would say in about a month, we should have some solidified programming for activities that are going to happen in the summer. 1 week in front of the 4th of July vacation week and the week after. Those are the 2 weeks that we're focusing on having activities in the town.
Yeah, that's the concentration of what the commission is proposing to do. But we do want to do things year-round, like how do we work it into the UFO festival? It's something, started thinking about that, Ms. Jedham.
Colonial UFOs. Oh, there were some.
I'm sure there were. I'm sure there were. And that's, yeah. But yeah, we'd be asking people like the Kiwanis to tell us what you're doing. Can we add something on, or will you be making it a theme this year? That kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so, old business, I know I haven't brought up to the new executive director of the American Independence Museum, that at some time I'd like to hold our meeting there.
I really appreciate that, but it is difficult for the TV crews to
Okay.
set up remote meetings.
Okay,
Just for consideration.
okay, thank you. for bringing that up.
We've all probably been there more than once.
Okay. Is there anything, Pam, that you'd like to bring up for programming at the Exeter Historical Society?
Well, the Historical Society is pretty well set. We've got our programs set for all of next, for the next through May. We are redoing the shelving in the building, and we will be getting that collapsible shelving. So everything is a huge mess right now. But other than that, no. We could still find things. If you want to look up Park Street Bridge, we did it.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I'd like to.
Oh, yeah, so,
Okay, great. Okay, is there anything people want to talk about regarding the other organizations? Okay. So John had brought up something. Is there anything anybody else would like to bring up today?
Good.
If not, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn.
second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries.
Yay.
Thank you.
all.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.